Hey gorgeous, it's Kat here from KatLoterzo.com, creator and founder of the Rich Chick Mastermind, and here with you today for another episode of Entrepreneur Reality TV. Today is a bit of a chit chat, as it always is, just about what's going on in the life of, well, me being an entrepreneur and living location free, and blessed to have this amazing incredible business that allows me to just live the life that I want and have absolute freedom and choice. But yet, not always embrace the day-to-day of it. And so that's what today's episode is about, those days when you just feel sick and anxious and just almost in horror at the idea of moving into the work that you have to do. And I had one of those days today where as I got up and I thought about everything that I wanted to do and everything that I tell myself that I had to do, and I just literally felt sick to the stomach. I just felt like I couldn't face it. Like it was just all too much. And one of those feelings of, well, what's the point anyway? Is it even making a difference? Is anybody even reading? Does anyone even like me? And kind of silly thoughts, but also kind of thoughts that are quite valid, because in the day-to-day of it, you don't always get response to the stuff that you're putting out there, and not every idea that you have succeeds. I had a big idea a month or so ago and I was excited about it. I told my husband this is what's going to happen and this will be the outcome, and it didn't happen. And that's just part of being an entrepreneur. I mean, I keep scratching my foot, it's really itchy. There's just way more things that don't work than things that do work. You're certainly going to fail way more times than you succeed. That's a given. You can't be in this game if you can't accept that. And today was one of those days where all those sort of thoughts were bubbling up, and I just thought, oh, maybe I just, I don't need to face this today. And I thought about going to the gym, and I'm like, oh, I can't face that as well. Everything just feels like too much pressure. And the pressure of everything that we put on ourselves as entrepreneurs and as women, it can be freezing. I mean, it can freeze you in overwhelm, because it can be so full on and so daunting that you just think, well, I can't even take action then, because what if, and what's the point, and it's not going to work, and I'm not good enough, and everybody else is doing a better job, and I don't even know what I'm doing anyway. And so all of that sort of stuff, and there's just a million thoughts that churn through our brains every single second, I think, anyway. And when there are thoughts that go in those directions, it can be very, very easy to tell ourselves, well, maybe I won't do the work today, then maybe I'll take a day off. But I was walking through the little town that we're staying in here, where we're in Spain for a couple of months on the coast, and in a very small sort of isolated area, just a little country town basically, for now. And I was walking towards the coffee shop that I was going to work in, and every step I was really just dragging my feet and thinking, no, not going to do it, There's nothing that I want to do. There's nothing I feel inspired to do today. And I thought, but what would I do instead? Like if I give myself the day off today, okay, yes, I could have a day off and relax or indulge or whatever, but I just didn't really feel like doing that either. I knew that if I had a day off today, it would be a counterproductive sabotage day, not an actual relaxing day. And I'm certainly not somebody to say that you should push through and work all the time, but I think that there are those times when we know that it's a time to push through and do the work. And that was certainly a day for me today where I thought, well, if I back away today, then that's actually fear winning. It's not me saying I need a break. And, I'm able to tell the difference, and I know that you are as well. And I don't want fear to win. I don't want resistance to win, because it's only through overcoming resistance repeatedly that we really grow into who we're meant to be. And growth is painful, I mean, growing hurts. Growing is, something that many people will shirk from and run from to avoid that pain. But if we're to get to where we want to go and to create a new sense of who we are and, evolve to the next level in business as well as life, well, we have to face the growing pains. We have to wake up and do the work. We have to look resistance in the eye and go, you know what, you're not going to win. Today is another day when I win. And so I made the decision to do it anyway, and to sit down. And I just sat down and I wrote something from the heart, which was pretty much along the lines of what I'm saying right now, which I'll send out for a daily blog for today as well. And then I wrote something else from the heart, which was actually kind of a little rant against a little incident that happened with my husband. So I'll put that on the blog as well, one of those he doesn't understand me and my business type of a thing. And then after that, I got to work, and I wrote some words on a sales page, and I wrote part of a case study report that I'm doing for a free gift that I'm giving away to my community at the moment. And I wrote a couple of emails, and I logged all my words that I was writing, and I ended up writing over 5,200 words in about a 90-minute to 2-hour period. And after that, my brain was fried, and I went to the gym, and I still did not feel like going to the gym, and I dragged my feet every step of the way there, and I dragged my feet into the change rooms and dragged my feet up the stairs, and I got to work and did the work. So today was a good day in the end, but it was a day of really trying hard and really having to, with every minute, look resistance in the eye. It didn't actually get easier throughout the day. It just kept feeling like quicksand. I think that we have a decision to make as entrepreneurs. We can have these days where it feels like quicksand and it feels overwhelming and we feel frozen and it feels scary and we feel like, I'm not inspired and I don't know what to do and I don't feel like it. And the thing is that you can't allow your destiny and the creation of your dreams to be carved out based upon what you feel like, but most people do. And that's why they end up looking back on a life of, well, I didn't ever feel like doing the work to get there, and somebody made a comment the other day on my Facebook page on a blog I wrote about, don't want to look back in 30 years and feel like I was always doing stuff I didn't want to do. And I get that as well, but I also think it can't always be about what you feel like doing in the moment, because otherwise you wouldn't be healthy and in shape. For most people, being fit and exercising and eating well is not something that comes naturally. It takes habit creation, it takes work, it takes perseverance. I know for me, even with 15 years background as a personal trainer, it still freaking well takes, perseverance and doing the work even when I don't feel like it. And it's the same in business. There's many, many times when I don't feel like doing the work. Generally, once I begin, like that 5-minute, do it for 5 minutes and you'll get into it rule. Generally, I get into it and I love it. And some days I do wake up feeling naturally motivated and inspired. But oftentimes it's not the way. Often resistance is the primary feeling that I have when I, face down the barrel of the day and I think about the intense pressure I place on myself and all that I could do. But the reality is, as much as I at times feel like I can't handle everything that I'm putting upon myself to do, what I really wouldn't be able to handle is knowing that I allowed my future, and the legacy that I leave to be created based upon whether or not I felt like it. So just a little bit of a share from me. I'm not saying I win the battle all the time. Sometimes I give in, and usually usually it doesn't feel good. Usually it results in eating vast amounts of chocolate and reading Facebook all day long. So that certainly doesn't feel good either, right? But today was a day when I won, and I hope that from me sharing a little bit about this and about my day with you today, that it gives you, some tools that you can use next time you face that fear and resistance inner demon. So get out there, do what you have to do, keep pressing play. After all, life is now. Press play.